Hello, I hope you're fine wherever you're watching me from. My name is Teacher Ibrahim. This is lesson number 58. In our previous lesson, that is 57, we were looking at the tissues found in animals. And we looked at the epithelial tissue, blood tissue, among others. Today, we're going to look at the tissues found in plants. And just to introduce them before we get into this and learn whatever is on this chart, we have the Palisade tissue, we also have the epidermal tissue, and we have the conductive tissue as well as the parenchyma tissue. I've mentioned 4, remember. So let's have a look at these and check on what is on this chart so that you can see how they look like. Okay, let's have a look at it. Here are the 4 tissues that are found in the plants. The first one is the epidermal tissue. The second one is the Palisade tissue. The third one is the parenchyma tissue. And lastly, conducting tissue. You can call it conductive tissues. Let us now check on them. The first one, the epidermal tissue, you can look at their arrangement and that will definitely tell you what role that they play in a plant. They are arranged in a way that they are covered by the cuticle, and that cuticle suggests that it is close to the topmost part of the plant. I hope you can be able to see the cuticle. The word is here. And their function is to protect the inner delicate parts of the plant from mechanical damage. That is the function of the epidermal tissue. The word epi means on the surface. Let's go to the second one. The second one is called the Palisade tissue. When you look at the arrangement of the Palisade, is quite similar to that of epidermal tissue because they are found close to the surface. But for the Palisade, it's like the cells are depicting some kind of vertical orientation, while if you look at the epidermal tissues, they are taking some kind of horizontal orientation, as you can see on this diagram. So the function of the Palisade tissue is to carry out photosynthesis. This is because they contain numerous chloroplasts. So that is their adaptation, and it's coming out from their arrangement. Let us look at the third one. We call them the parenchyma tissues. The parenchyma tissue comprises of such kind of cells which are irregular in shape. These ones have been made to be a bit circular for the sake of easy understanding. And when you look at them, you realize that there is a difference between them and the Palisade tissue. And that difference is the size of their vacuole. The parenchyma tissues tend to have a bigger vacuole, and that suggests that there is something that they are storing in solution form. Therefore, they are meant for storage of manufactured food and water. Remember, the food is always in form of solution, and that is dissolved salts and sugars, and they may also be having some water which is stored in the parenchyma tissue. The function of the parenchyma tissue is packaging and storage of water and manufactured food. Let us go to the last one, which is number 4, the conductive tissues. You can call them the conducting tissues as well. They are also referred to as the vascular bundles. The vascular bundles is divided into two. We have the phloem and the xylem. The characteristic which can make you be able to differentiate the xylem from the phloem is that the phloem vessels appear to be quite smaller in size, while the xylem vessels appear to be quite bigger. Let us look at their functions. The phloem transport manufactured food from the leaves to all other parts of the plant. Why from the leaves? This is because the process of photosynthesis always takes place in the leaves of plants, and that food needs to be distributed to all other parts of the plant. These parts may include parts that comprise of young developing embryo, or maybe parts such as the storage organs, like for the case of cassava, the storage organ is the root. For the case of a mango, the storage organ is the fruit. The second part of the conductive tissues or conducting tissues is the xylem. The xylem transports water and mineral salts from the roots to all other parts of the plant. Why from the roots? Because it absorbs water from the soil. That's the end of this lesson for today. Let's meet in our next lesson. Thank you.